Hello everybody, Joe from NDB Aviation, and today I have a first impressions video with an unboxing and basic assembly tied into it. Now this video is going to have a very basic intro, it's going to talk about a few links, and then my first impressions with that said other video tied into the end. There will be some timestamps to make this a little bit easier to navigate, but this video has been drawn on by a lot of comments from you all, the viewers, asking me about, hey, why don't you have some VKB products to review? Well, months back, I started a series of messages between myself and VKB, introducing who I was, my channel, and asking them if I could have a product for the purpose of review. Well, we now have the NXT base with the Space Sim Combat Grip right-handed on top. This product I've had for about 3 months, and this video is going to talk about my overall first impressions of the product. As now, where do my first impressions come from, and how am I going to use my history to give you my honest opinion? So for those of you who don't know me, and I'm sorry for those of you that have watched my videos before and you know my history, you can skip ahead. For those of you who don't, I've grown up around simulation and aviation all my life. I've been a simmer since I was a kid. I was fortunate enough that when I was a teenager, I got one of the first Thrustmaster Viper sticks years ago, and I've had a slew of devices ever since. I also had the chance to work for SciTech at Oshkosh and Sun 'n Fun and do some other work with them as a contractor. And I've been a flight instructor since 2012, and I've been at the airline since 2017, and I joined a legacy airline back in 2022. All that history comes together for me to give you my honest opinion about these products. I also have not monetized my channel, and I don't make money from these videos. I enjoy doing these videos, and I don't have to do these. They're something I enjoy. I like to help people find their way in simulation and aviation. So that being said, I'm going to give you my best honest opinion of any product I ever get, regardless of whether or not somebody sends it to me or I buy it with my own money. The first impressions and my thoughts and my eventual review that will come in October, November, and then a long-term review in 2025 and another one probably in 2026 are going to be my honest opinions of these products regardless. So with all that out of the way, there are a couple of links that are in the description down below. Those links are the how-to guide to get the NXT Gladiator set up and running on a PC. The second link is going to be VKB's video about how to properly software flash this stuff and get it set up. I had trouble with it. I had to go watch their video a second time, and that's why I'm not making my own video of how to do the software setup. So those are down in the description below. Now, first impressions of this product. I've been surprised because what's in a name? You know, we know Thrustmaster, we know Honeycomb, we know Logitech, all these other companies have been around for a very, very long time. We've also talked about the modularity of these products that, say, Honeycomb makes, you know, the Alpha, Bravo, and the Charlie. But none of them make something that is as modular as this, because the cool thing about the VKB is you can take apart the base and change this into a throttle, an omni throttle, which is like a 3D moving throttle. You can change it into even a collective. So you have a lot of modularity that you as the end user get to set up and do yourself, which is amazing because you can't open up products from, say, Thrustmaster and Logitech and Honeycomb unless they tell you explicitly to do so. So there's a lot of end user capability right here and customizability, which is amazing and far surpasses the majority of the competition when it comes to user end customizability. Now, a couple of things to think about with this. With that customizability comes responsibility on your side as a user. You need to set this stuff up yourself. You need to take the time to get to know it and properly put it together. If you are somebody that does not have good dexterity, good fine motor skills, you might need some help doing that as well. So keep that in mind before you purchase one of these products. Also to know, Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 and X-Plane 12 do not have true default profiles for these, and I am still setting up all of my profiles and fine-tuning it. That's all being worked into my review that's coming later this year. And for X-Plane 12 and 11, well, I think maybe I'm not going to do X-Plane 11, but X-Plane 12, if you all would like to, if you'd like me to share my profiles for the VKB NXT that I have here, I will be happy to do so with no warranting of that data, because I still need to find a way to share it properly and safely for everybody. So give me some time to consider getting my website back up and running, and I can share the X-Plane profiles there. I can't do that for Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 yet. They've teased that maybe in 2024 we'll have local saving of profiles, which would be amazing. But that's something else. I digress. For this product, you're going to have to take the time to set up yourself. If you're doing it yourself on Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, which you'll probably have to do, you're going to need to go in and plug in and say maybe another joystick that you might have or yoke, and then make notes about what each different button does on that stick to know the titles. So when you go back and you set up your VKB NXT and you are going through and you're setting up each one of these hat switches, every one of the POV pieces, the buttons, everything, you can easily find the title and assignment and just move faster that way. Now, given I find X-Plane 12 easier to set up than Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 due to the way the menus jump back and forth in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, but it can be done. Just make your notes and it'll go a lot faster. Let's see. Everything else, though, I think first impressions are strong. It's a quality product so far that I've been able to see. It's made out of good, solid plastics, and the buttons I have not had any issues with. The rest of this commentary is going to be reserved, though. I need more time. I've only had 3.5 to 4 hours of cumulative time with this product. So over the next couple months, I'll have more time to dig deeper and give a full, honest review on this. So be looking for that video in the next few months. If you guys have questions and comments, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll try to get back to you as quickly as I can. I am aiming for the full review of this product for October, November-ish, and it will most likely be in my 2024 holiday guide for new products to buy if you're giving a gift or buying something for yourself. With that all being said, thank you all for watching. I should be back soon with some other videos, especially a new state of the flight simulation video. And now let's go ahead and roll in to the unboxing and basic assembly. After that, the video itself will be over. Thank you all, take care, stay safe and healthy out there. Bye-bye, and enjoy the unboxing.
Now here's the box that the VKB NXT came to me shipped in. The box itself had minor damage from shipping from China, but overall, this entire device and its contents got to me in worn condition, perfectly sound and safe. Now inside, everything's shrink wrapped with plastic. You'll see the base and then the stick itself. Once you get everything out of the plastic, you'll see that this is a modular setup, meaning that you have the base and then you have the flight stick on the left that can be swapped out. There are different sticks and tops you can put on inside the base. The box for the base, you'll find that you have all of your contents that you need, screws, adapters, pieces, and then even a sleeve for the wires that come out of the stick itself. The base is unassembled and does require assembly, but this is actually a good thing because now you can set this up for whatever you intend to use it for, whether it's going to be a stick, it's going to be a throttle, a collective, whatever. This thing is extremely modular. Now, out of the sticks box, you have the stick itself. This stick is pretty comfortable. It is a nice shape, nice size. However, if you have extremely large hands, you might want to look at the Gunfighter stick or one of the other ones that they offer. Now that we have everything out of the box, let's go ahead and put this together. Let's get the tape off the top of the base. And as you get the tape off the top of the base, you'll see that the area that the stick goes into, you're going to want to use this sleeve. But I'm going to show you what not to do in just a minute. Right now, this is not how you put the wires into the sleeve. This is a mistake. Don't try this, as I did watch the NXT videos and realized how to do it, but then I thought, well, I'll try it a different way. And this does not work. You do see that the base does have a nice overall size opening. There are screw holes in the base that you want to make sure that you line up. So here you can see, if you don't properly set up the wires, you're going to have a really tough time putting this in. So what you do is fold the wires back, put them inside to the stick, slide the sleeve on top, get it nice and tight inside there, but don't be too rough. Line up the base with the stick itself. You're going to see screw holes on the stick right there, and then screw holes inside the base. Line those up. I think you can figure out which way is forward, which way is backward, and from there it's pretty obvious. Gently start to work it down into the shaft of the base, and from there you're able to pull the sleeve off, pull your wire out, and then plug it into the correct pin port. Now, as you can see as I do this, I didn't exactly get it lined up the first time, nor the second time just right. And I had to take a little moment, get it exactly set up. And what you have to be really careful of with these is if you put them in the wrong way, you're going to bend pins, which is something you definitely don't want to do. Now, after you get them in, you're going to want to run this cable in a way that it's not too tight, because you don't want it to pull the pins apart or bend the pins inside the base. So run it, make sure that when you move the stick left and right, you are not getting caught up and then slowing it down. From there, you can get the little screws out to get the base plate set up, but first, don't forget to screw the stick itself into the base. There are 3 little screws. VKB recommends that you tighten them up a little bit each time, but do not over tighten them because you do not want to de-thread these screws. There are extra screws within the bags, so if you do mess up, you do have options to continue and get this set up the way you want. After that's all set up in the way you like it, you can move on and make sure that everything is there and good, the cable management is good, and you're not going to end up pulling the overall cable out of the base right there. Now, we can take the plate and we can cover everything up. And then from there, that is the end of the basic setup. You can also put on this dust cover on the front. But the base setup is pretty easy. The base, once it's on there, this stick stays pretty much exactly where you put it. It does not slide around.